And then in the gold category, and this is where I will be running away to go and have a pint of this to find out if it really can be this good, and I bet you it is. Congratulations, Timothy Taylor, Boltmaker. Thank you very much. Have a great festival, all of you.
Charles.
Yes.
How many times have you won Champion Beer of Britain?
I think Landlord has won it 4 times.
Yeah. And this is the first time for what used to be Best Bitter and is now Boltmaker.
Yes.
Why did you change the name?
We did a naming competition 2 years ago to celebrate the Diamond Jubilee of Landlord, which had been named itself in a naming competition in 1952. In that day, the steward of the drill hall came up with the name Landlord, and the label on the bottle was done by our eldest shareholder, Bobbs Taylor, who was an artist, still is. She's 90 this year. And 2 years ago, to celebrate the Diamond Jubilee, we did a naming competition, and the tenant of our Boltmaker's Arms, which is one of our most sacred holy places for beer in Keighley, came up with the name Boltmaker, which is the name of his pub. And opposite the Boltmaker's Arms was where bolts were made in the old days.
So you are really celebrating tradition.
We're celebrating a traditional trade in Keighley. We're also in the name, but the real celebration of this is it's the brewers and the professionals' favourite from the brewery when they go out for a drink. And it's always been the Cinderella. It's in the same gravity band as Landlord in competitions, but Landlord has always tend to win, being a little bit stronger, carrying a bit more flavours and a bit more hops. So it's a huge thrill for the beer itself and for the brewery.
Now, Peter, you actually brew it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell us what you put in it.
Well, we've always put coloured malts in, crystal, a touch of amber, and English hops are at about 80%, Fuggles and Goldings. We also have, because of Phil Taylor, who invented Landlord, as Charlie's told you, we put some Savinsky, used to be called Styrian Goldings, but again, the most traditional hops you can get out of Slovenia from the Yazak family, for what it's worth. And we have Pridewood Farms just outside Ledbury with Tucker Powell's do it, and we have some Fuggles specially grown. We pick the best from the best. We have our own yeast. We get Simpsons and Fawcett's to get the best barley malt. No one else gets Golden Promise. So love it or loathe it, our beer is different from everyone else.
Now, when you first won Champion Beer of Britain many years ago, it was a different brewing world. Now it's fiercely competitive. You've got so many other breweries in the area. So this means a lot to you as a company.
This is unbelievable.
If I tell you that we had one of our exec board meetings not long ago, we said we've got lots of awards in the brewery. We really don't see us winning very many awards any longer because the competition is so intense. There are so many beers. When we've renamed Boltmaker, it won the local award in Keighley 2 years ago when it was named. To win here in London is beyond all imagination for us. It's quite extraordinary.
But in a world of increasing golden ales, isn't it wonderful to have a traditional bitter winning this championship?
I agree with you. It's our favourite, and we're absolutely thrilled.
How will you keep up with the demand?
Well, we have actually invested over 12 million in the brewery in the last 5 years, so we are well equipped. But as Captain Oates said when he went out of his tent, we may be a little while before we can deliver it. Won't be tomorrow, but next week we'll be able to do it. And we've already got orders coming in. I've just heard from Grant Simpson, who's our sales director. So we'll be up for it, but give us a tiny breathing space and we'll do it.
I think it's fair to say that we actually knew there was going to be we thought a double dip recession when we put a big investment in. We didn't think it'd be a triple dip, but we are now geared up to produce wherever the punter demands, and that's what it's all about.
So, how much can you brew a year now?
Well, I don't know. Try me next year because I think we might be struggling for the next few months.
Yeah.
So the brewers can forget to go to bed because they'll be up morning, noon and night.
The one that has been very successful this summer was our first entry into a blonde beer, a French blonde style with Alsace hops, Strissel Spelt hops, continental malts, and we did it for the Tour de France coming to Yorkshire. It flew out, and we're now heading to an autumn remembering 100 years ago when we're doing Havercake Ale, which was the ale we did for the Havercake lads, the 33rd of Foot, or the Duke of Wellington's West Riding Regiment, and one of our draymen got a VC in the First War. So look out for that in the next 2 months, because 10p a pint and 10p a bottle goes to the Army Benevolent, the Soldiers' Charity.
That's brilliant.
Okay.
All I can say is many, many congratulations.
Well, thanks, Rog.
And Charles.
Well done.
Well done, the brewers.
Yeah,
That's great.
Thank you.
As ever, Rog. Thanks a lot.
pleasure.